So right now, the clock is ticking for Iran to make a deal or face the consequences. There are threats of a lot of bombs from the President of the United States as the ceasefire ends tomorrow. And the VP is off to Pakistan for round 2 of peace talks. Our next guest has deep interest in these negotiations, and why wouldn't he?
Yes, Robert Levinson's son said Iran negotiator in round 1 was tied to my father's kidnapping. Yes.
His dad, Robert Levinson, an ex-FBI agent and longest held U.S. hostage in history, who vanished in Iran in 2007 and believed to have died in custody. And his family
Yes.
says one of those round one negotiators was involved in the kidnapping. Robert Levinson, Robert Levinson's son, Dan, joins us now.
Dan is the son of Robert and he is joining now.
I should correct it. Your dad was at CIA, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a contractor for the CIA at the time.
Gotcha. So first on his disappearance, last time we saw you knew of him, his location was Kish Island. Now we're all getting to know these islands. And what do you know about this ambassador that now ambassador to Pakistan from Iran that attended these talks?
His name's Reza Moghadam. He's the current ambassador to Iran, and there's only a few people in the world who know exactly what happened to my dad.
Yes. So his dad was a CIA contractor and they custodied him and in that meantime his dad died.
Involved in what happened to my dad. The FBI identified 5 of them. One of them was killed in the initial airstrikes at the start of this conflict, and another one is hiding in plain sight. He's right out there. He was at these talks helping coordinate things, and it's a slap in the face to our family, slap in the face to the United States of America.
Yes, US CIA contractor, CIA agent of US is gone like that, and nobody is doing something. It's a slap in the face of US, and they are doing negotiations with the terrorist.
I don't know what the heck he's doing over there, and that Pakistanis allowed this. It hurts their credibility as an independent intermediary between the two countries because they're allowing this man to take part in all of this.
But it just shows you this regime is the one who put him in place. They're proud of these killers.
Yes, the top level officers in the Iranian regime are killers, are terrorists, and they put them in a top place.
Yes, it's shameful. They need to be confronted the way that President Trump has been doing. As he noted, they only respond to pressure. They only respond to strength. He said the other day that he was screaming at the Iranians because that's the only language they understand. They don't understand kindness. We learned that in almost 2 decades of dealing with the Iranians, and it's time that we need to keep confronting them and calling them out on things like this.
Yes, Trump warns Iran as ceasefire set to end tomorrow. Everybody in US wants that US will throw the war on Iran and show them who we are, how stronger we are.
Right. So when people say, "Oh, this is a war of choice," Iran was in a box. What's your thought about that?
No.
Well, it needed to be done, in my opinion, because they were getting close to a nuclear weapon. They massacred tens of thousands of their own people. We had let things slide with the Iranians and given them back money and all of these exchanges, and that needed to be done. That they needed to be held accountable.
It needed to be done, and we really want to learn them a lesson that what it would be to do so bad in the world and not in the world into the international things. Okay, 3 ways.
And we're looking at, from our family's perspective,
Yes.
we're looking for them to be held accountable and justice for my dad and what they did to him.
Yes, we want justice for Robert.
So what have you learned in trying to find out what happened to your dad? And you were informed by the Trump administration that they have reason to believe that he's no longer alive. What did you learn in trying to deal with the Iranians all those years?
Exactly that they really just they don't respond to pleas for.
This is the image of Robert Levinson. Robert Levinson was longest held US hostage in Iran. Yes.
For mercy or anything like that, you have to be tough with them. We've met with them many times over the years. My mom and I traveled to Iran in the first year after my dad disappeared. I went back 10 years ago, just begging for any kind of answers or any kind of justice for us, and they just ignore it.
So what do you hope happens here?
I don't know. With regarding the Iranian ambassador, he should not be as part of the talks. He may have diplomatic immunity, but he should not be there. The Pakistanis need to continue to be called out for
Yes, Pakistanis need to be called out, and everybody who is helping them are killers, are terrorists in this.
having him there and accepting him as Iran's ambassador. But we're hoping that Iran's going to continue to pressure them, that President Trump's going to continue to pressure Iran.
Yes, pressure the Iran and make them surrender. They have to surrender their nuclear weapon. We cannot let them build it. If they build it, they will throw it to the America or Middle East.
Hold them accountable, demand answers and justice for my family.
Justice for
Yeah,
Robert.
and for a lot of other families too.
Yes.
Dan, thanks so much. Appreciate it. I know you're going to be tracking these negotiations closely.
Thank you, Dan, for coming. Justice for Robert.